Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Shayla Toombs-Withers, family physician here at Essence of Health Wellness Clinic in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Thank you all for joining me today. So, here in Chattanooga, it has been a rough week for our community. On Easter Sunday, we were hit by several tornadoes in the area, and this caused quite a bit of destruction and devastation to not only people's lives, but also to homes, cars, and businesses. And this is while we are still in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. So, as a physician, I am not only concerned about the physical health of my patients, but I am also concerned about their mental health and well being. And so this is the basis for today's chat today regarding coping strategies and just helping to get people through not only this pandemic, but also through any life stressors that may be going on right now. Lives have been lost, homes have been lost, jobs have been lost. At this point, schools are closed for the remainder of the school year. And this can all be very challenging to cope with emotionally. And so I just wanted to discuss some strategies today that may be helpful to you, or that you may can share with a family member that can help get them through a tough time like this. And so I kind of broke this down into kind of top five subgroups here. So, number one really is to express your feelings. And so let those feelings get out. When we bottle things up emotionally, that just tends to lead to more stress, more anxiety, more depression. So, really just expressing yourself and getting those feelings out. And there that can look like a couple of things. And so one thing that's really helpful to some is journaling. So create a journal. You can purchase one if you like. You can keep an online journal. There are several programs now where you can just put little notes to yourself on your phone, or you can there are apps that you can use to keep a journal. And so just keep a journal, just write down how you're feeling and just let it out, because that can just be a release. Especially if you're the type of person who may not really like sharing your feelings with others, but you still need to let those feelings out so that you do get that release and start that mental healing. Creating a journal can be helpful to do that. And this can also be a good idea for kids. Kids can certainly journal, and kids can express their feelings. So whether that be for you or for your child, get a journal to express those feelings. Draw pictures or do artwork. A couple of years ago, there was, it came on the scene, these adult coloring books. People found them to be very therapeutic at that time. And I think those can still be helpful to people even at a time right now, because it's relaxing to create something and to have that art. And so that's another good way to express your feelings and let those feelings out. Also for children, you can, get them a paint kit or get them a notebook that they can draw things in, and they can just draw, what may be on their mind or how they may be feeling, especially with the schools being closed. Some of our kids, they really thrive off of that social aspect of school. And so let them express themselves and express how they're feeling to help cope and get through this time. The next one is exercise. Exercise is a great way of coping and helping you heal mentally as well as physically. When we exercise, we release what's called happy hormones. Is a name for it, but they're endorphins, and they're these happy hormones that we release into our brain and our bloodstream naturally when we exercise. And so that naturally helps to boost our mood, naturally helps blood flow to the brain for a more clear thinking and clear thought processes. And so exercise is a great way and a great coping strategy. Exercise also helps to release stress and frustration. When after a hard workout, depending on what that workout may be, for some, it may be boxing, it may be Taibo, it may be Zumba, dancing it out. But it just helps to also give you that release of frustration and stress that you may be dealing with. The next part to this is reaching out to your community. I know right now we are still social distancing as we should be because it is being helpful to us for the coronavirus pandemic. But having a community to reach out to, even just virtually, can be helpful in coping and removing stress at a time like now. There are a couple of ways to do this. The Nextdoor app is really good. Nextdoor puts you, if you, for those of you who don't know about Nextdoor puts you in contact with your neighbors. A lot of times we don't know who lives right next door to us or across the street. And so that app actually helps to put you in contact with your neighbors. And so you can reach out to your neighbors, see how they're doing, especially after something like a tornado. It's important to have your neighbors because they may be helpful in helping you clean up or helping you get through, whatever destruction you may have suffered from an event like that. So reaching out to that community. Another thing you can do is set up a Zoom meeting with your community, your friends, your family, whoever that may be. I actually attended a Zoom birthday party over the weekend, and it was fun. It was great to catch up with family members who may live further away. We haven't been able to see in a while. We're social distancing, so you don't want to get people ill. And so it was just a great way to connect with people. And at a time when we're coping and dealing with stress, just making a connection with people is very important to help get you through that time. Another thing to do for coping is praying or meditating. So, if you are a religious person, praying can certainly be helpful to whatever your religion may be. Meditating can also be helpful. What these things do is they help us to create a focus into channeling your feelings. It helps to reduce the distraction of multiple emotions hitting you all at once. It also helps to bring awareness to your present state of mind because when you're meditating or you're praying, you are kind of blocking out those distractions and focusing and channeling those thoughts and that energy, which usually will help to by focusing on those things will usually help to relieve a certain amount of stress for most people. Um, and there are some ways to do this if you are new to meditating. There are ways to do this with what we call guided meditations. And so what these are there are several online that you can go to, and a lot of them are free. There are some that are paid. There are some that are free. And what they do is they talk you through it. So they tell you exactly what to do, so you don't have to fear the unknown in terms of that. Therefore, so because you certainly don't want to create more stress while you're trying to cope and reduce stress. And so these guided meditations are wonderful. They tell you when to breathe. They tell you how to breathe. All you have to do is just get into a quiet place and be able to take that moment and get through that process to help you redirect your feelings. A couple of the programs that I like, the Calm app, is just calm.com, CALM. It's great. It has several guided meditations on it. It has guided music, if that's your thing, guided stories, whatever it may be that helps you to cope. There's also a website called mindful.org that talks all about mindfulness and meditation and being aware and channeling those feelings and coping. If you are a religious person, Abide, ABIDE, is a guided Christian type program that guides you through Christian meditations and can be certainly helpful with relieving stress and anxiety and coping at a time like now. And then, if it certainly gets to a point where it's overwhelming and you feel like it may be becoming harmful to yourself, then definitely reach out. You want to reach out to your healthcare provider. So call your physician, let them know, I am not coping very well. I feel like I need help. Can you help me? They certainly should be able to help you. If you're having thoughts of harming yourself, go to your local emergency room and reach out for that help. It's certainly there. They can certainly help you. I always like to make sure people are aware of the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's a free service. It's 24/7. So if it's in the middle of the night, you can't reach out to that community and you are really struggling there emotionally, call the National Suicide Lifeline Prevention. Their phone number is 1-800-273-8255. You can also find them at suicidepreventionlifeline.org. And they can certainly help you to emotionally get through a crisis, because no one should have to feel like they're alone and feel like they don't have anyone that they can reach out to and help at a time when they need it the most. So definitely, remember those coping strategies. Now, the good news, I do have some good news today, and the good news is that our social distancing has been seeming to work for us. We are certainly, noticing that our what we call flattening the curve, it's working. It's starting to flatten some. Numbers aren't going up as drastically as they were when this first began. We were seeing numbers tripling daily and weekly, or doubling weekly, and that slowed down. So it's been working. It's been good, and we're hoping to, see some light at the end of this tunnel here at some point. So let's just go over what the numbers currently are looking like in terms of the coronavirus data. In the United States right now, and this is over, this is up to now, this is the most current data as of yesterday. We've had a total positive number of cases of 632,548 cases. And comparatively to last week cases, there were 427,460 cases. So yes, the number of positive cases has gone up, but like I said, it has not doubled over the week like we were seeing initially when things had begun, and even up into the past couple of weeks, and so we haven't had this doubling, even though numbers are continuing to go up. When we look at the number of deaths across the country, there are 31,071 deaths. Last week, there were 14,696 deaths. So unfortunately, this number has doubled in terms of the number of deaths that we've seen across the country. And so this is what I said. So even though we're gaining some ground on coronavirus and we're doing better, we are not there yet, because people are still dying, unfortunately, from this virus. In our hardest hit states across the country right now, New York still is holding the ranks with 211,550 cases. New Jersey with 71,030 cases. Massachusetts with 29,918 cases. Michigan with 28,059 cases, and Pennsylvania with 26,490 cases. So as we can see, several states are still suffering quite a bit from coronavirus, and these numbers are continuing to rise. So it is important for us to continue to be vigilant in our methods in terms of staying home, social distancing, doing as much as we can virtually, covering our face and our mouth when we're outdoors, washing our hands frequently, and staying safe from that standpoint. Now, when we look at the numbers for here in Tennessee, which is where Essence of Health is located, so our count, and this is as of yesterday also, our number of cases right now is 6,262 cases. Last week, we were at 4,634 cases. So our numbers also continue to rise. The number of deaths that we've had thus far is 141 deaths. And comparatively from last week, there were 94 deaths. So we did have more deaths over the course of the week, which was unfortunate. When we look at the demographic data, the average age of positive cases still is age 45. And this is like we've talked about over the past few weeks, where we are seeing individuals between the age of 20 to 60 who are having the majority of positive cases. However, they aren't the ones who are getting severely ill. When we look at the demographics for deaths, it's still affecting our 61 and up age group most harshly. So they are having the higher percentages of death, even though the higher percentages of positive cases are in our younger age group at the 20 to 60 category. And when we look at cases by county right here in Tennessee, so right now, Shelby County, Memphis has the current highest number of cases with 1,492 cases, and they have had 33 deaths. Davidson County, or Nashville has had 1,307 cases and 19 deaths. And then Sumner County has had 491 cases and 28 deaths. Here in Hamilton County and Chattanooga, where we are, we've had 110 cases and 11 deaths. And what we will start to see, and what some may start to notice, is that you'll still see numbers rise. And part of the reason that you'll still continue to see these numbers of positive cases rise is because we are doing more testing, which we have always needed. And so at this point, we are having more availability of testing here in Tennessee. The health department released just on yesterday that they will open up some drive-through testing this weekend, which will be nice. And so you don't need a doctor's order or a doctor's note to send you there. You can just contact the phone number on the Tennessee Health Department, and they will tell you exactly where to go in your area. This will be taking place in several counties. So not only here in Hamilton County, but in several counties across the state over this weekend, where they will have drive-throughs set up. And even if you don't have a car, they have availability where you can just walk up, or someone can drop you off and you can walk up and still get the testing done. The testing will be free of charge to you. So it does not matter if you have insurance or don't have insurance. And so I think this is great, because this is what we need. We need to know how many people are out there who actually are carrying this virus. And this will be helpful to us as we begin to continue to fight this virus and reduce our numbers of deaths, and get things back to some type of normalcy for us. Because we do, even as a healthcare provider, we do understand that this is a challenging time for people and that people are suffering. And so that's my talk today. And I want you to always remember the essence of health is in you. I will open it up and see if I have any questions here from any individuals. Thank you for joining me. So, no questions right now. However, feel free to leave any questions or thoughts in the comment section of this video, and I will respond to them as they come. Once again, Essence of Health Wellness Clinic is still accepting new patients. You can find more information at essenceofhealthwellnessclinic.com, or you can reach out here on Facebook at Essence of Health Wellness Clinic. Feel free to send us a message in the messenger portion regarding any thoughts about membership, or if you have questions about membership. We continue to waive the enrollment fee right now, making things affordable for individuals who may need healthcare access at this time. Virtual visits are always a part of the membership plan, not only right now during the pandemic, but even before and after that. Virtual visits are still a part of that and are included in your monthly membership fee. Also, you may call at 423-225-2245 for more information. And check us out on Instagram at Essence of Health Wellness Clinic. Thank you.